Inside our sales division, we may have several different types of content based on the audience that might want to consume it. We might be dealing with account executives or SDRs, sales engineers, sales enablement managers, and many, many other titles. The content that we create out there needs to be organized and catered for those audiences. One of the ways that organizations are leveraging iorad and its tutorial creator is to use our help center or help view functionality. So if you see on the screen right here, the idea here is you can create unique help center views that are basically an internal help center that you have full control and configurability over. So you can drop in your logo, your background, change the font, all the characters and categories you see on the left-hand side here are all fully configurable. So the idea is to create a library or a repository of all the content of tutorials that you're making out there. So many, many different applications of this. One way might be one just central sales hub, and it could be all of your different help centers or tutorials on all the different software tools you use. So maybe it's Salesforce and SalesLoft and other engagement tools and your LinkedIn and all those sort of tools. You can break them down by individual software, for example. Or you might also want to have it broken down a little bit deeper and have different categories for different individuals. So if you see over here, we have different views that we've built in iorad, one for an SDR, one for an account executive. And you can actually set up the different categories and you can map out which websites those tutorials show up on. So if I just want my SDRs to have access to certain sets of tutorials on something like Salesforce, I can enable the Salesforce link. And now they're only going to see that level of content. So when I go over and view that particular tutorial help center, you'll see it only shows me things that are built on those domains or those websites. So you can get really specific on how you want to break this down and what audience gets to consume it. And these help centers can be a unique link that you send or share, like an intranet that just gets saved as like a tab on the bookmark page, for example. The other side is you can actually embed these specifically as well. So inside the Help Center functionality, you actually can come in here and grab the embed code for these different help centers. So if you're making something like an intranet, maybe you're using a Google Sites or a WordPress site or your own internal page, you can create these new sub pages. And I'm just going to put test here. And then you can actually embed not only individual tutorials, but you can actually embed the entire help center or one of those individual help center views. So now we have this sort of repository that is searchable and findable by anybody in our organization. And we can alter and cater those different views based on the audience that we want to have access to. So let's say the account executives have access to things that the SDRs don't. We can make an account executive help center that only they see, and they're going to be private or invite only to be able to access that. So you can sort of rinse and repeat this methodology across any sort of sales environment to try to give you a really deep level in which you can share your content and be able to cater who gets to see it.